I've always wanted to do a van life video of living in the van in the cold, but because you don't see any van life videos of that happening. You just don't see the cold weather folks posting videos, and you know why? Because it's fucking cold. Oh my gosh. I was frustrated in the beginning because I never saw anybody doing what I was planning on doing, and now I know why. So, anyway, if you can hear me through all the layers and the sleeping bag motion, sorry about that. It's probably very annoying. But, yeah. I can see my breath right now. I don't think you can, but, I actually thought tonight was going to be a really cold night. The forecast scheduled for -5 degrees Fahrenheit. And, it's only 11, which is, just feels like heaven. Seriously, I'm not being sarcastic. Because the other night was 5 degrees Fahrenheit, and it was cold. It was chilly. I was warm. I was warm enough. I have gear. I have a setup. I can't show you because it's dark in here. Sorry. But I don't have insulation. I don't have heat in my van. And so it's all about the setup. And, I have a -40 degree sleeping bag, which I will call bullshit on. If I was ever one of those people that was paid to rep an item, or they send you, what is it? They send you the item and then you review it on your blog because you're so fancy and all that shit. Oh, man. I don't think they could create a sleeping bag that's warm enough, because I have a -40 degree sleeping bag. The coldest I've ever been inside it that I have calculated. So it's variable. I'm not going to lie. Meaning, I've only had a sensor. I have a sensor push, which I really love. Wish they'd pay to send me a battery for that thing because it's hard to find. But I do love my sensor push. It gives me my humidity and my temperature average. It gives me the daily. Then it gives me hourly, daily, monthly. It gives me all things. I love it. Anyway, the coldest I've calculated is -9 Fahrenheit. -9 degrees Fahrenheit. And at that time I was in the back of a pickup truck, and my back door actually froze shut. I was like, whoa, is this the way that I die? But it was supposed to be -5 here where I am right now in Montana. And I just looked at the temperature on my phone because my sensor push is dead because I need a new battery. And it said 11 degrees. So I'm stoked about that. My point is that this -40 degree sleeping bag, yes, I would have already died without it, but it definitely does not hold up. There's no way. -40. And this is a major brand. I need to write them before I tell you what the brand is, because I need to see if they'll fix it and make it right. But, -40 degree sleeping bag, which, I'm a backpacker and a camper, and I know that a 20 degree bag, for example, really is not great at 20 degrees. Even if you have everything else right, you use the right sleeping pad that they recommend and the right thickness, and you have the right layers and all the stuff. Still, if it's actually 20 degrees out, you're going to freeze your ass off. And that's been my experience with 40 degree bags, with 0 degree bags. So -40, I didn't expect to ever be in -40, but still, I've rarely been in the negatives. And I will say that even at 0 degrees, the bag suffers. It has hot spots, meaning cold spots, meaning I can feel where the feathers aren't there, where the feathers won't, are sparse. I mean, when it's that cold, you can feel every area. And so Um, yeah, like right now, I can tell you exactly where on my body, like there are feathers in this bag. Anyway, my point is that I also have, you can't see, so I'm not even going to try to show you, but I have a queen sized, yes, queen size. And this is only because I already had it. I wouldn't have thought to go out and buy this. But I have a queen size down comforter. And I will tell you, like I grew up with a comforter where you have it's a duvet, right? You have the down duvet and the down comforter, the cover. So you have the comforter and the cover, and you know, it just, that's what I grew up with. And I've had it I had it way before I ever had a queen size bed. But it's amazing. And I will say that this thing is what's actually saved my life, because I just blocked the light, sorry. I will zip my negative 40-degree mummy sleeping bag, because you have to have a mummy, because you have to have a small space, because you don't want any gaps between your body and the down feathers that need to keep you warm. And you need down. You can't do synthetic in this kind of cold. If you have questions about that, just comment and I'll tell you why. But and actually, if you have questions about why you can't have gaps, like comment about that and I'll answer that too. But anyway, because I don't want to make this video any longer than it needs to be. But my point is that when I've had gaps or like moments of like, oh my God, this is really a cold night, I pull this queen sized brown, you can see this is it right here. It's like my little what do you call it? The kitty blanket when you're a little kid and you have your sucker blanket. It's like my don't leave me. It's my savior. And it's queen size. And by the way, I'm on a 24-inch wide bed. So I have the negative 40-degree mummy sleeping bag. And that's zipped up almost all the way. When I turn around, I'll zip it up further. And then this queen size blanket all along up and down my torso. I used to actually wrap my feet in it because I couldn't figure out why my feet were cold. And the reason is that I'm 5'2", and this negative 40-degree sleeping bag only came in regular and long. So I had to get it in regular, which meant that it was way too long for my body size. I'm 5'2", and the regular was like 10. I don't even know. I don't remember. It's been a couple of years, but that's too long. You have that extra air. That means that extra gap. That means it has to be pre-warmed, or something has to warm it because it's a dead air. And so anyway, I learned all these tricks through years and years of sleeping in a very cold environment. But I also have not gotten sick. So, you know, I think nothing can live in this kind of cold. It's too fucking cold. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. But, you know, if anyone has questions about living in the real cold, because it's not out there on the internet, let me know. I will say I have this like weird little hippie, I call it like kind of a hippie burqa thing because it's sort of shaped like a burqa. I don't mean any disrespect to the religion. I just mean in terms of shape and size, that's kind of what it is. And that thing saves me because any cold that would get to my neck is protected. I always sleep in a down puffy. I have a down jacket, real down, not fake. I think that's important to note. And I reserve that only for bed because, you know, I want to keep everything clean. And then I always sleep with a hat on, and then I have my down hoodie, jacket over my hat or my whatever beanie. But I will say too, like, I don't look like this when I go to sleep. I look more like, here, let's see if you can see it. This is what I look like when I go to sleep. I pull this down. I can't sleep with my nose covered. I get freaked out by that. But I will pull this down so that it's just covering the tip of my nose. Because the one thing that I wake up the most in the middle of the night is a freezing cold nose. So I pull this down and I cover just the tip of my nose, but not any further. And trust me, even if it's like a slight, like an eighth of an inch too far, I notice, because I need full air under my nose. I think I have a fear of suffocating. I've always been like that. But this little hippie burqa thing, which I bought on Etsy, covers my chin and allows me to breathe. And, you know, I will get frozen because I'm breathing, creating condensation here. I will definitely get frozen completely, like icicles right here, which is, you know, just that's how it works. And then when I do cover my head with the sleeping bag and the queen size down blanket, whatever area is closest to my mouth does get icicles. But it's just, it is what it is. I just try not to get anything wet. Like even before I came out into my van tonight, I'm grateful I'm at my friend's house. I was drying my hands and I almost dried them on my sweatshirt. And my sweatshirt is what I'm wearing right now, underneath my down jacket. And I stopped myself realizing, oh shoot, because like water will be the death of me. Like water is your worst enemy in this kind of cold. Water creates cold, it creates humidity, it creates, yeah, just terrible things. So the only kind of water you want is like just enough to hydrate your body, but not too much so that you have to pee at 3 a.m. because that sucks too, and I've had to do that. And I can comment or make a video on that if you want to know about that. Okay, I'm gonna go. My hand is getting cold, but hey, it's only 11 degrees. I don't have any insulation in my van, no heat in my van. This is just how I live. So, also, here's your last tip. Don't get memory foam. No memory foam. Just trust me. Trust me on this.